Hajj is one of the 5 pillars of Islam, and is a mandatory religious duty for Muslims that must be carried out at least once in their lifetime by all adult Muslims who are physically and financially capable of undertaking the journey. It has its roots in the time of Prophet Ibrahim in Arabic. Muslims believe that God commanded Abraham to leave his wife Hajra, and his son Ismail in the desert of Mecca. When Hagar ran between the hills of Safa and Marwa in search of water for her son, a spring known as Zam Zam miraculously appeared. Later, Abraham and Ishmael built the Kaaba, the holiest structure in Islam, as a house of monotheistic worship. The Prophet Muhammad restored the Kaaba to the worship of the one God, and established the rituals associated with Hajj. Hajj is a demonstration of the solidarity and submission to Allah of Muslims worldwide. It represents the unity of Muslims and their equality before God, as all pilgrims don simple white clothing, known as ihram, which erases distinctions of wealth and status. It is a time for self-purification, repentance, and spiritual renewal. Hajj takes place from the 8th to the 12th, or 13th, of Dhul-Hijjah, the last month of the Islamic lunar calendar. Before entering Mecca, pilgrims enter a state of spiritual purity called ihram. They wear special garments, 2 white seamless cloths for men and modest dresses for women, and abstain from certain activities. Pilgrims perform tawaf, which involves circling the Kaaba 7 times in a counterclockwise direction. This ritual signifies the unity of the believers in the worship of the one God. After tawaf, pilgrims perform sa'i, which involves walking 7 times between the hills of Safa and Marwa, reenacting Hagar's search for water. On the 9th of Dhul-Hijjah, pilgrims travel to the plain of Arafat. They stand in prayer and contemplation from noon until sunset. This is considered the climax of the Hajj. After sunset on the day of Arafat, pilgrims move to Muzdalifah, where they collect pebbles for the next day's ritual and perform the Maghrib and Isha prayers. On the 10th of Dhul-Hijjah, Eid al-Adha, pilgrims throw pebbles at 3 pillars, known as Jamarat, in Mina. This act symbolizes the rejection of evil. Pilgrims then perform the sacrifice of an animal, a sheep, goat, cow, or camel, commemorating God's provision of a ram to Abraham in place of his son. The meat is distributed to the needy. Male pilgrims shave their heads or cut their hair, while women cut a small portion of their hair. Another tawaf is performed, known as Tawaf al-Ifada, which signifies being purified after standing at Arafat. Pilgrims repeat the stoning ritual at Mina on the 11th and 12th, and optionally the 13th, of Dhul-Hijjah. Before leaving Mecca, pilgrims perform a final tawaf called Tawaf al-Wada, meaning farewell tawaf. Due to the massive number of pilgrims, modern-day Hajj involves extensive planning and coordination. The Saudi Arabian government oversees the arrangements, ensuring the safety and well-being of the pilgrims. Modern facilities, including transport, accommodation, and healthcare, have been developed to cater to the needs of millions of pilgrims. Ensuring health and safety amid large crowds is a major challenge. There have been incidents in the past, prompting reforms and improvements in infrastructure and emergency response. The environmental impact of such a large gathering is significant. Efforts are ongoing to make Hajj more sustainable. Hajj is a profound spiritual journey that reinforces the principles of equality, humility, and devotion in Islam. Despite the challenges of modern logistics, the pilgrimage remains a deeply transformative experience for Muslims around the world.